What's up, your morning? Steven here. Welcome back to yet another reaction. Today we are hopping into House episode number 4, titled Maternity. Hopefully you've been enjoying the series. If you have, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Patreon for the full reaction, uncut, unedited episodes over there if you want them. If you don't, that's totally cool. You can get episodes here. Of course, I'm joined with my brother here. We're gonna be hopping into the next episode. Last episode was okay. It was better than the second episode. I thought the second episode was just kind of a 6, 7. I thought last episode was a solid 7, because they had some cool ideas with the walking and the thing. I think what made it less, and even the ending was cool when we saw the obsession of House.
Yeah.
He had to be right. It wasn't even about figuring out. He had to be right. That was cool. And then the sleepwalking thing was cool, and like the kid having like those horror nightmares. That was a cool thing too. But yeah, we'll see how this episode goes. I'm curious to see how you guys respond to it over here, because it is very much it's about medical stuff and not really like a case, so you can't really be like, ooh, who done it? It's more about like, oh, what is it? And then I have no idea because I don't know medical shit. So but yeah, we're gonna hop in here and have a good time. I'm not 100%, so I apologize for how nasally I sound or anything like that. But I'll hopefully get better soon. Anything else you want to say before we hop in here?
Just curious what maternity stuff is gonna be.
I'm guessing
babies
House
and stuff,
yelling at a bunch of moms. Oh, let's find out.
Find out.
Here we go.
Is she,
Hey, you Susan, get the crash cart!
Whoa, this turn.
Some help in there!
Oh, God. Is she all right?
she was perfect when I delivered her. You want to blame someone? Blame the pediatrician.
So, how's the kid now?
Bowel obstruction. She's under observation. She'll be fine.
Pediatrician will take all the credit.
I'm still amazed you're actually in the same room with the patient.
Thank you.
They'll be bugging until they get teeth. Exhibit B, baby boy Howsam, another term baby, 48 hours old. Brought into the NICU 3 hours before the heartache baby. Fever of unknown origin, 101 degrees, trending upwards. Random doctor of indeterminate skill thinks that the patient's bowel is obstructed.
Okay, you're upset because they threw you out of their lounge.
Look at the x-ray. It's a normal gas pattern.
You want? I can get you a key to the oncology lounge.
Air in the colon.
We're getting TiVo.
If it's air, no bowel obstruction.
At least maybe.
Oh, they're going after
about
other
it.
babies, really?
Hey, what are you doing?
Hi. Bye. It's fine.
This
I'm
imaginary
curious
infection is spread to
what
the
their
next floor.
job is when they're not doing cases in the house.
We were just gonna call.
Because they don't go to the nurse. They
Did you
don't
get
go
hot
to
all of
the...
a sudden?
Yeah.
Spiking favors.
BP's plummeting. They're barely able to keep systolic up. At this rate, they could be dead in a day.
Where did this come from? 2 delivery rooms, 4 different maternity rooms, no common personnel, and no common
Well,
equipment.
there's got to be something in common.
Yeah. No, it's a needle we're looking for.
Then why'd you let her go do it?
Because the hospital is her baby, and her baby's sick. If she doesn't solve this soon, her head's gonna explode, and I don't want to get any on me.
My thing is that it can't go like the other ones because these are babies. You can't do the whole, oh, they got worse, or they got better then got worse.
None of the personnel, so not even the same doctors were in the same rooms. So it can't be a doctor gave it to them by accident or...
Yeah.
Pressure's 80/40. Oh, how bad is that?
Pretty bad.
It's low. You rattled off numbers. BP, O2 sats. It's not what they need to know.
What you need to know is the future. You got a magic 8-ball?
No, just 8 years of medical training.
How many med students have you got swabbing the decks?
Oh, what else are they going to do? It's not like they're delivering babies.
Lately, I've been feeling sick a lot.
Oh, yes. these are
Maybe
the
I'm
best.
overtraining. I'm doing the marathon, like 10 miles a day, but I can't seem to lose any weight. Can you do anything about it?
Only for about a month or so. After that, it becomes illegal to remove, except in a
Oh,
couple
it's a baby.
states.
It's
Illegal?
pregnant.
But don't worry. Many women learn to embrace this parasite. They name it,
He's
dress it up
calling
in
the baby
tiny
a
clothes,
parasite.
arrange play dates with other parasites. Does the old boyfriend look like your husband?
Yeah.
Then just have the kid. You'll never know. The most successful marriages are based on lies. You're off to a great start.
What the fuck?
Take one kid off vancomycin, the other off Astronam.
They have the same disease. You want to give them different treatments?
What the hell are you doing? Therapeutic trial to find the
The
cause of
war
the
gets worse,
infection.
you know?
That's wrong.
Fucked up
You
as
have
hell.
4 sick kids at least.
Doctors experiment all the time.
On adults with their consent.
Fine, I'll get the parents'
There
consent.
we go.
Their informed consent. They have to know the other kid is getting a different treatment.
Sorry, can't do that. It'd be unethical for one patient to know about another patient's treatment.
They have a right to know.
If they know, they won't consent.
Not
That
really,
defeats
do
the
they?
whole purpose.
Your child is very sick. You need to know that.
So
Unless
that'll cure it?
it's the medicine that babies get when they're born.
We'll know in
Like
24 hours
they
if
put
it's
them on
working.
the IVs and stuff.
Yeah.
Get them better. Oh, this sucks.
I explained what was going on.
Allison, their baby's dying.
Oh,
The
she
parents
didn't
weren't
do
in tears by
what
the time you left. You didn't tell them the truth.
That's not how I see it.
she
Do you
didn't
want me
tell him. Like
blindsided?
The other part.
Someone coming up
yeah.
and saying, my God, my baby died. Why didn't you warn me?
So now it's about worrying about them yelling at us?
No.
She really cares.
I was about to say, everyone's getting in on it.
Find anything yet?
Oh, just some baby formula being stored under a sink with a
Maybe it's
dripping
the formula.
faucet.
Tap water.
Pulse, fluid wide open. Do we have an arterial line?
Not yet.
Let's get a BP.
No way, she's going in there.
Well, what's happening?
You can't come
She's
in.
gonna try to let him.
dying?
Mrs. Hartley,
Is she dying? Ma'am, you'll have to leave.
it's not your baby.
Oh my God. Yeah, she let a baby die.
Yeah. And she didn't tell it to them.
Yep. It's like, that is like the worst nightmare. He's gonna bail her out. Oh, shoot. You took a 50-50 shot, knowing one, like not 50-50 shot. You're like, oh, one of them's gonna die guaranteed. Like they knew.
Time of death, 6:57 p.m., Thursday,
No,
December 2nd,
another kid?
2004.
No, I think he's gonna do an autopsy on the baby when they died
Oh,
to see. That's why he wanted them to leave, because this has got to be rough too.
he's gonna be injecting the heck out of these guys.
All done.
What do we get?
Well, the sick babies all tested positive for Echovirus 11.
How's that?
Echovirus 11.
Or
It's
11.
an enterovirus. It lodges in the intestinal tract.
Enteroviruses cause diarrhea and flu-like symptoms in adults, maybe a rash.
There's no vaccine or...
There's a company in Pennsylvania developing an antiviral. It got positive results in a lab setting, and we managed to get our hands on it.
So it had nothing to do with the hospital.
Hey, Foreman. Got a minute?
So, pulmonary resistance is stabilized for the two kids, but BP still...
No news then.
So you asking about someone's well-being?
I can understand how the question would surprise you. I didn't quite get how it would confuse you.
How do you want to know?
Why do you want to know? Why I want to know?
Just curious?
How is Cameron handling everything?
Just fine.
Trust you. Do you think you
No.
could do the prenatal
No.
or deliver the baby?
That would be no.
Okay.
Did he lie to her?
Hope not.
No, he didn't. He figured something out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing the good news, great news thing. The history of this show is we say it's good news and then, oh.
Anyone who's that awkward either has no experience with death or too much. And I'm pretty sure it's not the former. Lose a baby?
Oh, really?
You can be a real bastard.
He's trying to ask.
Yeah, that's a bit too personal.
Yeah.
Especially not the way he was doing it.
Unfinished business?
I'm in the haystack.
Ah, because now you know you're looking for a needle.
Right.
If I tell you to let it go, it won't make any
No.
difference, will it?
My bad. Oh my God, she's the one that. Oh, that sucks, dude.
Can
You
I
don't-
help you?
You don't tell her that. You don't tell her that.
Hey, seriously, man, you're not supposed to be here.
I'm performing a delivery.
You are.
Patient whose prenatal care I've been handling. Just taken her on a couple minutes ago.
All right. Well, that was episode number 4. What do you think?
Huh?
I was into the episode for the most part.
Yeah.
It was sad though. I don't know.
It was solid. I don't know. It's tough to grade these ones. I mean,
Yeah, why I judge based on. I guess with this one you have to judge based on what you learn from the characters themselves, and then also the case and the
Yeah.
house. They're like 3 different things, right? So I'm gonna give it. It's the best one since probably. What was the case for the pilot? In the pilot, what was the case there?
it was a teacher lady.
Yeah, about the whole thing when she passed out and she at the school.
Yeah.
So I'll say this one is the best one since that one. I think it's better than the last one and better than the one before that, the case.
Mm-hmm.
And I like learning about Cameron more, but I mean, I still think we need to learn about Chase more. But
Yeah.
I like learning about Cameron, and I had a feeling they were going to answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was she pregnant? Did she lost a baby? Whatever. They didn't answer that. Not really funny.
Yeah.
At all, really, almost no
humor.
no humor. Not even in the
Like the secondary,
the
like
clinic
left-
place.
The clinic, yeah.
Yeah, nothing there. They went dark with the killing of the baby off of a coin flip.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They went dark with that. Other than that, it was just a lot of INC words, medical terms, and I had no idea what it was. And then I guess I had the thing at the end where another episode which it ends on House's obsession with needing to know what
it
exactly.
was.
Not the matter that we cured it. We need to know what, and then what it was something as simple as a code from an older lady that was given to the kids.
My thing is, and I could be wrong, I don't know anything about medical stuff. If you deal with babies, I think they take a more serious thought behind how close you are, or like, you know what I mean? Like your
I don't think
involvement
so.
with the baby, no?
Or with the doctors, but like the handing out of stuffed animals, that's just a lady from the gift shop.
Mm-hmm.
Would they be? I don't know. Would they?
Like, I mean, I would go as far as I don't want nobody who got a little cough on my floor.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is though. Like, that's what I'm saying.
I
So
don't know.
like,
You can't tell that lady either. But ultimately, that lady's code got a baby killed.
oh yeah, they won't go as far as saying that. to her.
So when House was looking at her, and House is a dick.
Yeah.
But he's not that
That.
much of a dick.
Mhm.
Like, he's not gonna be like, you're the reason this baby died.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Other than that, I mean, there wasn't really, like I said, like, wasn't really that much thing. This is gonna be like giving ratings to comedies, where it's gonna be hard to give it any kind of rating. Because this episode, for me, episode 1 was a solid 8-9
Yeah.
to me. This one, I think, is about an 8. Could be a high 7. The previous one, I think, was a 7, except
Yeah.
for the nightmare stuff, which was really cool, but it was a 7. The one
Mhm.
before that, I think it's a low 7 or a 6. This one, they went dark. The mystery was interesting. It was interesting, but it wasn't really like, I don't know. It didn't really go deep dive into the mystery
Yeah.
of it. It was just like, hey, oh my God, what is that kind of, are the babies gonna die kind of thing? I don't know. It's a weird episode to judge for me.
So my problem with it is that we've already seen now 4 cases of it, and
Yeah.
it seems as though all 4 cases did the same route as far as we got a person who's sick, we then try to come up with like a solution to it, we then give them medicine that makes them worse, and then we try to start to do the process of elimination.
Yeah, it's
as
going
far
very
as-
much like the procedural show, kind of
Yeah.
like any cop show you watch, where it's like there's a crime happens,
Mhm.
then you get a suspect, Then it turns out, oh, it's the wrong suspect.
Mm-hmm.
Then that leads us to the right suspect. So it's like the same thing. It's a procedural medical show.
But my problem was that, like, I was hoping that for the baby's sake, they weren't gonna go the route of like, oh, we tried this. I mean, the one different route was like they practically killed a baby to figure out for the other baby. So like that took me by surprise. But I was kind of hoping that it didn't go the route of like a baby having to die or get really ill.
I wonder if that's just how the first season is until it gets like, cause you know, like when the show first starts,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know if they're gonna have another season. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering if they're like, well, we're gonna keep the formula for a while. But then again, I don't know if there's ever gonna be a overarching story.
Yeah.
House's obsession is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But then the whole thing with the pills he was taking,
Yeah.
that was something minor last episode.
Yeah. Well, we didn't even see
He
him
didn't
popping
pop
any.
any
Yeah.
pills this episode. So then that kind of throws away my theory that, oh, he has a problem.
Yeah.
Because if he has a problem, he didn't
He
use
didn't
it
do it
here.
in this one. You're right.
Then you had mentioned during the reaction that, oh yeah, this episode had all of them. They were all there, even the boss lady and his friend.
Yeah. So they were definitely all interested in. Like it was all hands in.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna give it a high 7.
I was gonna say I can't give it the 8.
Yeah,
but I don't want to go as low as like like the
last episode.
Yeah, like with the
last episode was pretty good because of the Nightmare 2. I think it's better than last episode.
So this would be like in between 7 and 8 for me.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, I'm in the same. I'm in there. I don't know. I mean, at the beginning, I thought they weren't gonna go to the Baby Rock. I thought they were doing the fake out. Ooh, it's the baby, and then oh, it's not the baby.
Yeah. So the fact that
it was the baby was interesting, I guess. I mean, I think the most shocking thing was that they killed the baby.
Yeah,
baby
that was
in
sad.
the episode. That was like, what the hell? And then Cameron making the choice. And then another thing is, Cameron didn't grow in this episode.
No,
she didn't grow. Like it wasn't like, oh, she realized she had to do it at the end. In the end, she still couldn't. And then the one dude bailed her out.
Yeah.
What's the one guy's name? What's the one dude's name? James bailed her out because she couldn't do it.
Yeah.
We'll break it through. It's not gonna be a lot to break down here. So, House essentially hears about 2 babies that are sick. They got sick really close to one another, and he just jumps to the conclusion. Well, it was a bit of a jump, but he was right. He starts saying about an epidemic. They go and check out a bunch of different babies. They find one more that's sick, which then leads us to start figuring out the viruses. So, oh man, my allergies. So what's happening is that this thing, it was blood. You're right. This looks like blood right there.
Yeah.
So what's happening is that it just seems like you said, okay, when we're trying to figure out a case, we bring out the blackboard, write everything down, and then start to eliminate everything. That's going to be the process. So like I said, I have no idea how you guys on YouTube are going to enjoy this or anything. It's going to be interesting to see because it is a lot of us just watching. I don't know medical terms. If it was Ashley, she'd probably know a bunch of shit.
Probably, yeah.
Which is our sister. She studied all this, so she would know all this, but I have no idea. This was messed up. The baby thing was messed up. And look, had the bear.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I didn't catch it because even in the beginning scene, the dad was like putting the bear in Maxine's face. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, in the beginning. The whole like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has the bear. He's like being funny, putting it on her face.
That's pretty cool, then. Like that.
Yeah.
Like something subtle like that. Nonetheless, Cameron's struggling. She struggled 3 times this episode to do something.
So 4 episodes in, we both still agree like Foreman's the most
by far
polished.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
But then again, when they were in that room, he did ask Chase. He's like, Chase, you're the expert in something.
Yeah. I wonder if they have their like specific
specialties.
I have
no idea.
Maybe he just seems the more well balanced.
I mean, he seems to be able to handle talking to patients. He seems to be the one that's willing to study, put in the time.
Yeah.
But like I said, we don't know anything about their past. I'm sure there'll be episodes where we'll learn more about
them individually.
About like them as people. So nonetheless, Cuddy is the lady's name, right?
That's what they keep saying.
Boss lady, Cuddy. So she's cleaning everything, looking for everything, kind of clues. We got only one clinic person this time.
Yeah.
And she's pregnant.
And it was just whatever.
And it wasn't even funny.
Yeah, because he didn't really,
It was just like, oh, she took her thing and it makes your period stop. But if you're pregnant, it makes your period stops too. So it's like, yeah, no, it was not funny. No real jokes. I guess maybe they didn't want to go to the joke rock because it was babies.
Yeah.
So they're doing all this stuff. We're talking. I know he's thinking. Oh, this is the part where he's talking to the lawyer, and then while that's happening, he talks about we got to do a 50-50 shot, which is crazy to be like, oh yeah, one of them is guaranteed going to die.
Yeah.
So Foreman does the your baby's real sick, the odds kind of thing, and then Cameron does the hope, and hey, that's worse.
Yeah, the hope.
This is worse.
Just
she
not
made it
letting
seem
them
like
know,
they had like there was nothing to be worried about.
Yeah.
Over here, these people that Foreman was talking to made it seem like, oh, there's a chance the baby's gonna die.
Yeah.
Because she even brought it up. We're not gonna make it, whatever. Yeah. And then gets scolded by this thing. Like not yelled at, but he says what you need to do. Then we have this stuff wasn't even funny either.
Yeah.
I think if the clinic stuff was funnier, maybe it would have been a higher thing. And baby dies. It's fucked up. I was gonna say the interaction like they're not gonna kill a baby. I wasn't worried. Then they did kill a baby. I was like, oh shit, they killed a baby. I didn't think they would.
Yeah.
And we have to be again. She can't tell. She can't say nothing. So he saves her. James here.
Mm-hmm.
House gets mad. House does show that he's worried about Cameron, which is interesting. A little bit. He asks how she's doing, but then again, he then asks about the baby. So was he worried about how she's doing, or was he more curious about her past? And showing how deep he'll go into solving shit. He did the biopsy on the baby, and throwing out all the medical names until ultimately we figure out what it is. Something about the parents not having a vaccination for something, which means that if the parents don't have this vaccination and they catch whatever that old lady gave to them, it makes it even more severe.
Yeah.
Than what it could be. And yeah. Oh yeah, this is when he asked about Kerr.
Wasn't anything.
Yeah, it wasn't anything. And yeah, he asks about if she's lost a baby. She calls him an asshole, and then again, it doesn't say nothing. But maybe but her looking at the baby and then stopping and smiling, was that them like alluding to she lost a baby?
So like what you said, where there's not like an overarching story, that kind of bothers me in a sense because of the fact that like now that chapter is closed. We don't know unless they bring it up.
Maybe there'll be a bigger issue, a bigger thing later. Because again, it is starting out.
Yeah.
And like what episode of Castle are you on?
3.
Have they started doing what an overarching story on that?
I mean they've mentioned that he's writing about her. You know, like,
have they mentioned anything with her at all? About anything with her?
I mean Castle brings it up, but
nothing.
Hasn't. Not yet.
Yeah, so there's no so we're only 4 episodes here.
Yeah.
You have 3 episodes. So because I know, and having not seen House, I don't know what's happening later. I know in Castle stuff does come up, and you're saying by episode 3 it's not a overarching story yet.
Not yet.
So maybe it just takes a while for these kind of shows, because I don't remember. Because even Blue Bloods is a show that I watch, and they had an overarching story in that, but I wonder how long it takes to get there.
Yeah.
But then again, it's a hospital, and then I'm trying to think back to Grey's, because I've seen like the first couple seasons of Grey's. At the beginning, there wasn't an overarching story. They were just people living their lives and sleeping together, and right? Was there ever? I don't think so.
I mean,
I don't remember.
I always felt like there was like character stories that went on, relationships
but when
that
did
like
that start?
Because like even with the chase thing earlier, the whole like the other episode, the sex thing, that's already like done, over with. I feel like stories like that still mattered episode and episode through Grey's Anatomy.
I wonder if because Grey's, they were all sleeping together and
that's what I'm saying. So like,
but this one, it's like, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll probably maybe if by the halfway point of the season they haven't introduced anything, then I'm just guessing this show isn't like that.
Yeah,
it was the same thing I had with Psych, which is a cop show, and I was like, nothing. Each episode is just an episode. There is no overarching thing, which is something I mentioned. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, a 7, a better 7. Last episode was a 7 as well for different reasons. because I like the nightmare stuff a lot. The last episode.
Yeah.
This one didn't have anything like that, but I think the case was stronger because of the babies. So I give it around a 7, and you about
the same.
Yeah. So that's the episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you guys think of these kind of reactions, since they're not really a story. They're just, this episode is the episode. And yeah, we'll like, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later.